progressive icon of St. Luke the Doctor, Bishop of Crimea. He died in 1961. He was a doctor in what is today Ukraine, near the Crimea Peninsula. He was married and he had 4 children, but unfortunately he lost his wife to tuberculosis. He was a very religious Christian Orthodox. He was tonsured in secret in his apartment in Crimea as a monk after his wife passed away. And they found out that he was a monk. He became a priest as well, and he was sent to Siberian labor camps. Total of 4 times he was exiled there. He helped a lot of people because he was a doctor. He saved a lot of lives. He was also a specialist in infections. This was way before penicillin, of course, and he saved a lot of lives, obviously. Now, I made an icon of him. First, it was originally a small icon of his bust, and later we made a full-body icon, which is to be found in our church of St. Sozon in Kapata, Greece. What I'm showing here is on the lower left-hand side were little sheep. I put the little sheep in there. Right here on the left-hand side, there's about 7 or 8 little sheep grazing in the valley below him. The little waves on the bottom represent the Black Sea, where he was near the area of the Black Sea of Crimea. He was the Bishop of Crimea, and he lost the sight of one of his eyes during one of the exiles in Siberia. He also had a heart condition from that. This is the beginning of the painting. You first do the background, and I'd like to do the background first, and I'd like to do the letters, and then the surroundings, as you see here, basically they're finished. And then I move inward towards the clothing, and the last thing I do is the face and the hands. I always am very, very nervous when I do the face and hands, because that's the part of the saint that we paint in iconography that gives it the real character and personality. Many a times we feel that it's the saint who is helping us in this. As you see here, it's the beginning of the face, but at the end the face is totally different, as you'll see. And you'll see that the mitre, the headwear that he wears, here the colors are changing. We'll have a lot of gold paint on it. And here we have on the bottom of the stole of his robe that he wears, felonio. The bishop's felonio is very long. I decided to make 2 archangels there, 2 seraphim, cherubim. And here are the little sheep again, grazing in the valley. These will not be shown. Near the end, they'll just have a lot of gold paint over them and very, very faintly show. And this is his stole, the long collar that he wears. And this represents basically the ephod that the high priests used to wear in the Old Testament. The ephod that had the 12 stones of the 12, 1 stone for each tribe of Israel. Well, this stole is representing the ephod of the high priest of the Old Testament. And this will be of various beautiful designs and gold paint, and you'll see that even though I will not have put varnish on it, the whole thing will be shining because of the paint and the egg-tempera. The egg-tempera is very easy to make. You separate the egg white from the yolk. You use the yolk, you wash it very gently under the tap, holding it very gently with your fingers so that the membrane does not break. And then you break the membrane of the yolk into a small dish, and you put in equal parts of vinegar. I usually put in 2 or 3 egg yolks and an equal part of vinegar. Usually, it's not white vinegar, it's red vinegar, but it's okay. And then you mix it very nicely and you use that with your paint. I don't put any water in my paint. When I want to make the colors a little bit lighter, I just use the egg-tempera mixture. I don't put water in my paints. And here you slowly see the stole and the robe is coming more complete. And again, here you can see the bottom part of the robe, that the cherubim have been covered up with gold paint. And even more gold paint here. You can hardly see them. And the stole as well is being worked on. He will be wearing two elaborate crosses on his chest. One will be the cross of Christ, and the other round oval thing will be the Holy Mother of God holding the baby Jesus. That's usually what the Orthodox bishops wear. They wear two emblems there. One is usually the cross, and the other is usually the Mother of God. And here you have even more details. More details. I took pictures with various filters so you can see what it looks like. We still have not touched the hands and face. Okay, now you see that as we apply the gold paint, that it starts to shine. The same thing here on the bottom of the robe. You can hardly see the seraphim cherubim. They're there, but you can hardly see them because of the gold paint that's over it. It was beautiful to do. I had a lot of fun doing this. It was a blessing. I felt as if I was dressing him. Here again, okay, again, I'm showing you what I had just worked on. That's why I'm showing the details. As we said, the little swirly things at the bottom represent the seawater, the Black Sea, because Crimea is a peninsula in the Black Sea. And here I'm showing you the details of the stole. His hair I didn't touch yet. His face I did not touch yet. And I'm also showing the details at the top of his staff. Also starting to work on the oval icon that he has hanging from his chain on his chest, on his stole, the Mother of God holding baby Jesus, and the cross. So as I'm showing you, there are just more details being worked on. Here I was working on the mitre, his headwear. Again, more details on the headwear with the pearls. The headwear again. It looks more complete. Here I'm trying to show you without the shining of the paint. The writing here says, Aios Lukas Episkopos, Bishop Crimeas, meaning Simferopoulos in Crimea. Simferopol was a city in Crimea, near Crimea. That's the writing on top of the staff there, Simferopoulos and Crimea. Here again you have the stole on the upper part of the picture and the bottom part of the robe. The gold paint is starting to shine very nicely. Again, there's no varnish on here. More details on the stole, and we're starting to work on the two decorations here shining from his chains around his neck. One is the cross and the other one is the oval of the Virgin Mother and the baby Jesus. Here again are the details of the bottom of the robe and you can see how it starts to shine. That's the beauty of using egg-tempera without water to water it down. You just, if you want to water down the paint, you can, as we did, for example, the gold paint over the seraphim cherubim, you use the egg-tempera mixture instead of water. And it makes it shine very nicely. So as we said, we first start with the background and the background landscaping, the halo, and then we work in towards the body. We do the mitre, the priestly vestments, and then, of course, the hands and the face, working together with the same colors, the flesh colors. And last will be the hair and the beard. And this is it. As I said, the saint helps us. Look at this. I mean, okay, I did it from a picture, but look at the way it came out. I mean, he's almost real, especially his eyes. He had beautiful eyes. He was a very handsome young man. We saw pictures of him from his youth. He was very, very handsome, very dashing. And of course, he went through a lot of suffering for Christ. Here he is. Because of the fact that he lived in a communist country at a time when faith was disallowed. And millions of Christians lost their lives because of their faith during the 70 years of communism in Russia. Here you see, look at the shining stole. It shines very brightly. As we said, there's no varnish, it's just the gold paint. And you will see the finished cross and oval, the Virgin Mother holding baby Jesus and the cross, the bishop's cross and oval that they wear, and again the gold on the bottom covering the cherubim seraphim. Again, you can see how nicely it shines. As we said, it does not yet have a varnish on it. You have to let the paint dry very well before you put varnish on it. Of course, it usually dries very well in the summer when it's warm, and the humidity of the paint can very nicely evaporate. And here it is complete. The hair, the beard. He liked to have his beard cut horizontal at the bottom. and he had very delicate hands. He was a very well-known and famous surgeon in Russia. He wrote books concerning eye operations, and I think he even attempted a heart transplant at that time. And he was very, his specialty was infections after battle wounds. And he was very, very successful in saving lives. And this again, now this is the painting on contreplaqué. Contreplaqué wood is like special wood that cannot be eaten by termites, and it does not absorb water. So that's good because of the fact that the icon will be saved for many, many generations. After I finished it, we did varnish it. I did varnish it, and also the 2 hands of varnish, not more because I think it starts getting sticky and runny. 2 hands is enough. And you apply the varnish horizontal and then vertical. Horizontal and vertical. This again is without varnish. And it's complete, and you can see how nice it looks. We even have details on the chains from which the cross and the Theotokos, Mother of God oval is hanging from. Detailed cross chains that the emblems are hanging from. I don't know if I took a picture of the chain detail, but you have to take my word for it. Each little link is detailed on there. Chain link. His hands were very delicate, as we said. He was a very successful surgeon, very delicate hands and fingers. And this is what I donated to the church. And we needed an icon of St. Luke because he helped a lot of people with their health problems. And we wanted to say thank you by having his icon there.